Got a lot of thoughts today. Hoping it's not too heavy of a conversation. I guess I hope it's the conversation it's supposed to be. But I got a lot of thoughts this morning. Although my mind was just quieting down as I was humming a song and had just purchased my coffee and had a nice experience purchasing the coffee, joking with the woman that sells me my coffee every day and one of her co-workers in the back, and kind of felt good from that. Kind of made me feel like this is what I do. I make them laugh and smile. Then as I'm pulling up, I'm going, hey, maybe that's what I should do in life, make people laugh and smile. But for some reason, certain people, hey there, Mia Carrazosa sent me a coffee magic. Thank you so much for sending me a coffee magic, Mia. I appreciate that. But again, then I'm pulling up and parking my car, and I go, well, sometimes some people don't want to laugh and smile. Some people get mad at me for smiling and laughing and making jokes, or, I don't know, being exuberant or having positive energy, and they get angry at me. What do I do about them? What do I do about them? And I thought, I'm pulling up in my parking spot. There was a plastic cup in my parking spot. I heard a crunch as my wheel rolled over it. Rest in peace, plastic cup. What do you do with the people that get angry when they see somebody happy or positive or whatever? Maybe you don't do anything. Maybe you don't do anything. Maybe you don't worry about it. You can't worry about what other people are doing. You can't live your life trying not to offend others, even though I'm certainly not trying to offend anybody. I just want everyone to smile. But some people don't want to smile. I don't understand it, but it's true. It is true. Some people want to be angry and pissed off and say mean things. I don't get it. And they'll come up with a million reasons why what you are or who you are is pissing them off. Strange. I had a dream last night. It was almost a nightmare. It was about waiting tables. Had me thinking my kind of career or hobby of choice, which is waiting tables. I've been waiting tables for like the last 6 months. And I enjoy it because it gives me an opportunity to make people laugh and smile when I come up to their table. But occasionally people come to dinner and they're not. Again, you can't make people happy. And in my dream, it felt so real. There was a couple going out to dinner, and it was an event or it was a thing, and each ordered a bottle of wine, and I brought the wine out of the woman's, and it was a white, and I forgot to bring the chiller with it. And suddenly the fact that I didn't bring the chiller with the bottle of wine and had it on the table a couple minutes without the chiller really upset the woman, and she was really worried that her dinner was going to be ruined and the special bottle of wine wasn't going to be as special, and I weighed heavily on me, and it was just a dream. It was just a dream. And I think I go through life like that, hoping that what I do, that I don't do anything that displeases somebody. And it was, in my dream, it was an honest mistake. I forgot to bring the chiller for her white bottle of wine, so that in her mind the temperature wasn't perfect and her dinner was ruined, and to me it was all my fault. Sure, that means something. Sure, that means something. Probably means I need to go see a therapist and go, ah. and have them tell me what it means. But maybe not. Maybe the answer comes from within. Maybe the answer comes from within. And, yeah. Maybe we can't look to other people. And I think I know that. Huh. But anyway, good morning to you. My name is Ken Tracy, and this is Coffee with Ken. It is Wednesday morning. It is December 18th. It is 5:25 a.m. Happy Wednesday. It's a show I've been doing for quite some time. It is a show about me talking. It is a show about me sharing some feelings, sharing a little bit about the ups and downs we have in life. Kind of talking about, the adventures. But I do more than talk about the adventures. And I think there's a reason I want to talk about the adventures. Because in my adventures, there come lessons learned. And experiences had, and experiences that can be shared, and lessons that can be shared. And I talk a lot about mental health and anxiety and sobriety and financial highs and lows and relationships and divorce and marriage and all sorts of things and everything in the middle. And there's a lot of good stuff in there. And I've gone through a lot and experienced a lot. And I'm 56 years old. I might have 30 years left on this planet. And I'd like to make a difference. And if me sharing my story about drinking or not drinking, or marriage, or about not marriage, or about having money, or about not having money, can benefit anyone, I think it's pretty cool. And that kind of has me going every day. But every once in a while, not every once in a while, oftentimes I wonder. And I worry, and I go, is this what I'm meant to do? Should I do it? I kid you not. I was just had woken up, and I'm laying there wondering if I should go and do my live, or I should do something else today, because although my audience is growing every day, and I get more messages of support and kindness every day, I don't know. Me doing this evidently causes friction for some people watching. It causes friction for some people watching. So they say mean things, and then they argue with people on my page. And it just seems so weird. And I don't want to cause any friction or any worry or any of that stuff. You know what I mean? But then I realized again that you can't change somebody. You can't make a mean person nice. You just can't. Old Time says, don't do it in the friction. Keep it smooth. Yeah. I tell you, it's hard rising above it. And I will caution. I had a woman on who stalks me and comments negatively. And yesterday she posted, she used to be my biggest fan. And then she learned the truth. And now she's on all these troll pages and hate pages about me. And she used to be my biggest fan. And it got me thinking, for all of you out there, even I don't want a biggest fan. You guys should all be your own biggest fan. And I'm not looking for you guys to love me or think I'm awesome or I'm this or that. Because this woman was delusional and weird. I don't like to use negative words, but she said she was my biggest fan. But then she learned the truth. And now she goes by a woman name of Betty Mama and stalks me and says negative things about me every day. My point is that the word fan comes from fanatic. And if you're fanatical about me and you don't even know me, maybe it's something we all need to talk about. Maybe it's something we all need to talk about. And I remember I felt it personally for me. Tiger Woods, I used to love and, think he was awesome. He was the greatest golfer ever. There's no doubt about it, but he was still just a human. And then when he had issues with his wife, I felt disappointed or hurt or let down. And that wasn't his fault, really, because he's just a human. I should have known that up front. But it was me putting too much expectation on him. It was me putting too much expectation on him. And, yeah. Because he's just a regular guy. I can't blame him for my hurt or my disappointment. But at least I had a healthy response, and I kind of moved along and accepted him as a human. But some people don't have a healthy response to it. And they turn their fanatical love into fanatical hate and start spewing stuff and making up stuff. And it's weird. So weird. So anyway, I was thinking this morning as I was laying here, going, I got all this going. Is this helping? Is this good for the world? Is this helping the world? Is it helping me? Is it helping my family? Is it helping my loved ones? Because sometimes it's hard. There's things I'd like to talk about. There's things I'd like to talk about. But I can't because it's not my business to talk about. It's not my business to talk about. So I can't. And there's things I'd like to get off my chest that I can't talk about. And I don't know how to process that and emotions I'm feeling that aren't my business to talk about. Yeah. What was the last thing? Oh, there's going to be more than a last thing. We're not on a last thing yet. Don't you worry. Don't you worry. Super Secret Account says that's why you get a therapist. That's a good call. It'd be good to see a therapist. I've always done that kind of intermittently in my life, and always feels good. It always feels good. It always feels good. Those that have experienced the pit have more maturity and understanding when others fall. Grace. Well, thank you, old time. Thank you, Kong Mike, for joining. Kendra says that was a threefer. I'm not even sure what we were talking about. I'm not even sure I've gotten into the show yet. Good morning, Adam. Thank you for joining. But anyway, for those that have been watching a while, You know it's not just a show about me talking. You know it is also a show about me sharing my love of coffee. And with that in mind, I got a nice hot cup of coffee in front of me, and I am so excited to have my first sip at this pretty darn early hour on this Wednesday morning, this December 18th at 5:35. My hope is wherever you are and whatever you're doing, that you got a nice hot cup of coffee in front of you as well. Cheers to us. I feel so good. I was up early, and I talked about it yesterday. I discovered the beauty of the pumpkin spice coffee at Starbucks of late. And I tried it at this Dunkin Donuts that I've been coming to yesterday. And I realized it just wasn't necessary. That the Dunkin Donuts coffee with cream is perfect as it is. Oh, it really is. I don't know. Well, I guess I know why I don't go to Dunkin Donuts all the time. I guess I know why I don't go to Dunkin Donuts all the time. I don't think the atmosphere is that cool. It's plastic seats. It's kind of fluorescent pink and orange colors. It's great coffee, though. No, it's great coffee, though. You think their coffee's inferior, Trevor Alonso or Alfonso? I don't know. I really enjoy it every morning. And again, I added the pumpkin spice to it yesterday. And I took a sip and I go, I didn't even know what to say to the audience. It wasn't as magic as I wanted it to be. And I felt their standard coffee is perfect with cream. Oh. So I was laying there this morning going, is what I'm doing right? And believe me, I've thought that about everything, every moment, every second of my life. And only over the last 5 years have I felt I'm doing what is right. And sometimes I doubt it. Sometimes I certainly doubt it. Sometimes I certainly doubt it. Christian, thank you so much for following the live creator. I so appreciate you. Sandra Lynn, good morning. And Life After 60 says the taste of black coffee is best. Life After 60, I agree at home when using a coffee maker. But on the road, for some reason, I like cream in it. Adam followed the live creator. Thank you so much. Teddy Bradley followed the live creator. Thank you, guys. So as I was saying, I was laying here this morning, and I'm having all these thoughts. I'm going, should I go live? Should I do this? Should I do that? What should I do? And it was like 5 in the morning. And for some reason, the music that I was listening to on my ear pod went out, and it was kind of a little bit upsetting, a little bit of a bummer, because it was such relaxing, melodic music. And All of a sudden, there was a noise on my phone. It went ka-chink. I go, what's that? What's that? And I looked, and it was PayPal sending me $92. Made me kind of chuckle. Made me kind of chuckle. And again, I kind of believe in messages and in fate, and kind of made me wonder. Hello, Chipbot. Hello, Chipbot. How are you? Jenny, you're a kind soul. Yeah, life after 60. It was a welcome interruption. Good morning, Chipbot. Chip, I think you have some work to do today, Chip. We've got a couple feisty characters that are trying to be a distraction. Yeah. Thank you, Jenny. So, welcome aboard, Chip. Yeah, no. Can you imagine? And it's hard. Can you imagine waking to this? And going, I'm going to spew as much hatred on somebody as I can. Can you imagine? Thank you, Chip. I try not to. Can you imagine? There were 2, maybe 3 people on that, and it doesn't matter. They said they weren't being mean, they were just asking questions. If you ask 100 questions in a row, you're just trying to be mean. You're just distracting. I don't care what you're saying. You don't have the right to enter my conversation and take it over. It's ridiculous. They'll be back in about 2 secs. There it goes. They'll be back in about 2 secs. It's so weird. Yeah, Jamie Ritchie. Isn't it weird? They wake up at 5:30 in the morning to spew hatred at me. And they make up things. And it doesn't even matter if it's not made up. Who cares? They wake up, it feels good to human beings to spew hatred. It's so weird. But anyway, thank you for hopping on board, Chip, and I appreciate you cleaning it up. And let's try and keep it clean going forward. I try not to talk about one of the guys. Okay, I know one of the guys. His name is David. Do you guys want to know who one of these 2 people is? I mean, I know. It's pitiful. No, it'll just contribute. He's a guy that I met like twice in my life. And he was the most down and out person. And he came to me because I was going through a divorce and I was struggling with some parenting time issues. And he bonded with me because of that, or he thought he did. And he wanted to get involved in my life and tell me about his and tell me about all the struggles he's going through. And at the end of the day, I was going, holy crap, I don't ever want to see this dude again. He's the most negative human being that I've ever been around. So I went to coffee with him twice. I was trying to do the guy a favor. His name's David. I let him ride my scooter once. But then I kind of removed him from my life because it was endless negativity. And now he's here doing this. He feels shunned. He feels shunned. He feels hurt that I won't keep hugging him. Yeah. Yeah. It's weird. But anyway. What was I thinking? What was I thinking? What was I thinking? Oh, I got that $92 that woke me up. It didn't wake me up. I was already awake. My music had... Yeah, scorned lovers are the worst. And believe me, we weren't lovers. What was I saying? Oh, I got that thing that woke me up. The $92 from PayPal. This one, huh? $92. Well, Blondie, thank you for being the first time here. I wonder if Blondie 56 is 56 years old. Is 56 years old. Huh. Let's have a little more coffee. Found money is good money. And okay, I'm going to say this, and it might hurt some feelings. It's going to hurt some feelings. But what if I stop? Because I always say I don't do this for the money. What if I did it for the money? I'm just brainstorming here. Because I'm not even trying to make money. And I make like $500 a month this month, it'll be. Huh. And I don't even try. What if I looked at it as money is not like an evil thing that if you... Because I was in sales a lot, and I felt bad charging commissions. I would have felt better discounting my commissions and saving the customer money, if that makes sense to you. And yeah. So I think I feel like if you charge somebody money, you're almost stealing. And maybe that's an unhealthy attitude about money. And maybe if I was okay with making money on doing this show, I'd make a heck of a lot more. I wonder. The show's never been about coffee. Somebody just said they thought the show was about coffee. The show has never been about coffee. The show has never been about coffee. I'm going to get all those coffee fans. Hey, I just tuned in for the coffee. Hey, Kendra, thank you so much for sending me a heart me. Get all those coffee fans. I've been watching for 5 years, and he just said it's never about the coffee. It's never about the coffee. It's never been. I felt lied to. I'm going to join the hater page. He told me it was about the coffee. It's not about the coffee. I learned the truth. I thought it was about the coffee. No, it's never been about the coffee. The coffee's just kind of something we can get together on and talk over. Yeah, I'll talk about the coffee because it's kind of gives us something to talk about a little bit. Or if conversation's running slow, I could take a sip. Good morning, Andrea. How are you? Got a woman running in a dark suit with reflectors out there. Got a little flashlight on her head. I'm doing well, Andrea. Beautiful. Thank you so much for joining. I so appreciate you hopping on today, beautiful. Just seeing your name made me smile. Kitty, thank you for sending me a coffee magic. It's not about the pasta. Vanderpump Rules. I don't know what that means, Not Original. Not Original comes up with a lot of wise things from time to time. I'm not sure what that means. I'm not sure what that means. Well, I'm glad you're here. Life after 60 admires people who get up early and get their workout in before. Oh, the woman running. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Heck. Especially as we age, running as we age. I used to run a lot. And now, I wish I could. It's a TV show? So yeah, it's not about the coffee. It is not. How about the elliptical machine? I'll tell you, old time, I used to do the elliptical machine, but it's just not the same. I go and work out every day. Not Original's workout is over. Way to go, Not Original. I work out just about every day, and I feel pretty good with where I'm at. And there was something to me about running that felt really good. And I don't get the same feeling on the elliptical machine. Yeah, they're okay. But there was something really good for me in running. I felt smooth. I felt fast. I felt efficient. I felt it was what I was meant to do. The ellipticals seem like I'm passing time. Burning a couple calories. Somebody asked, have I ever tried growing out my hair? I mean, I used to have hair. So, I mean, I have grown out my hair. Yeah, running feels like you're moving forward. You are moving forward. Unless you're on a treadmill. Then it comes a little easier. But it's easier on your knees as well. But back to my hair. If I grew it out right now, and my niece asked me that this weekend. I don't think it'd look very good. It'd be one of those with like fuzzies up here. Let's see. Somebody used a crude word. Somebody's using a couple crude-ass words. We have some special people in today. Yeah, old time. There are some people posting some weird stuff. Yeah. What do you think about that? Yeah, I like this life after 60. He's 61. He's thankful for the full head of hair, but we are all how God made us. Yeah. Honestly, I appreciate your life after 60. Were you a silver fox? Because I think dudes look really cool with a thick head of silver hair. a thick head of silver hair. I think that looks cool. But, yeah, I feel good, Bo. I feel sleek. I feel efficient. How old am I? I'm 56 years old, Chris. Saves on shampoo. Hello, beautiful. Are you enjoying your coffee today? Are you enjoying your coffee today? Chip, you got your work cut out for you today. Silver Kia Soul. Silver Kia Soul. But it's Wednesday morning. I had a wonderful day yesterday. I really did. Picked up my 2 little nuggets. Took them to the gym. Took them to the library. I was getting some sympathetic moms looking at me as they would run separate ways at the library. And I talked to one, and I don't think it's really appropriate. But if you got 2 toddlers, I'm not totally sure what you're supposed to do. I'm going to figure that out, too. But they will run in different directions, or Eve will be playing nicely with toys, and Augie will take off that way. And I go, huh. And I try and keep an eye on both as best I can. And I do my best, but it's challenging. And I had some others kind of chuckling and going, I don't know what I'm supposed to do. I don't think putting a leash on them is right. Wouldn't feel good about that. Never feel good watching kids on leashes. But boy, they go in separate directions. And it's tough. You been to Raising Cane's? Have you been to Raising Cane's? Somebody asked, how do I deal with stress? You're having a stressful morning this morning. Well, first of all, I think it's good to acknowledge that you're having a stressful morning. And go, okay, this isn't my life. This is just a moment in time. And it'll pass. And that kind of takes the edge off the stress. Because I know for me, when I'm feeling stressed out or worried or anxious or bummed or depressed or whatever, you start forgetting that it's a moment in time. And you think it's who you are, and your current thoughts define who you are. So I would, first of all, accept, it's good to acknowledge you're stressed. And honestly, okay, if you're stressed, the first thing you should do is go, okay, I'm stressed. What do? I take a deep breath. I take a deep breath. So go. Sometimes I'd say breathe in through your nose because you're supposed to breathe in through your nose. But my nose is congested a lot. And it's sometimes hard for me to breathe in through your nose. So I wouldn't worry about where it's coming from. I would just take a deep breath. And yeah, if you're stressed, yeah, let's do it. Let's pretend. Who's that guy that said he's stressed? Who's the guy that said he's stressed? I forget where it was. But sit there and just go, I'm going to tell you, I'm stressed out. Okay, hey, I'm stressed out as heck. The world's beating me down. I got all sorts of crap happening to me today. You know, I got a boss that's pissed, kids that are crabby, or bills to pay, or a flat tire on my car, or health issues. And believe me, we all have them. We all have them. But again, I think the first step is acknowledging you're stressed. And the second step, and the quickest thing, is just take a deep breath and go. And I'll tell you what, that feels good right away. That feels good right away. And you can rinse and repeat and do it again. And you'll be in a better place and you'll feel a little better, I think, pretty quickly. And I'd recommend it. What if it's the things you have no control over that could go one way or another for good or worse? Are you a person of faith, Abhi? Because most things you don't have any control over, I'd say. Okay. Do you believe things happen for a reason? Assuming you believe things, okay, if you believe things happen for a reason, you got to put that worry aside. When I started doing my show 5.5 years ago, I had so much stuff on my plate that I did not think I could handle it anymore. And I would worry about the smallest things, and I think when you struggle with anxiety, you do. You worry about the smallest things. I gotta go get a bag of ice for the party. I kid you not, I'd get stressed out about it. I'd go, crap. Am I gonna go now or am I gonna go later? Should I go before the guests get here or should I go after? And, yeah. But those are the little things. The big things, a lot of times you don't have control over it. A lot of times you don't have control over it. So I think you learn to let it go. You learn to let it go. And you learn to not worry. And it's kind of a struggle sometimes. But I think you get better at it with practice. And if you're stressed, okay, I've taken my deep breaths. You're worried about things happening one way or the other. I'd say it's going to sound cliche till you get good at it, because you probably hear it, and I probably heard it most of my life, but I never practiced it, is learning to live a life of gratitude and be thankful for the things that are around you and the people that are in your life, and find reason to give thanks. And whether it's just a stretch in the morning or a yawn or a sneeze or a $92 on the PayPal app, be thankful for it and be purposefully thankful. Because so often we think we'll be doing, I'm grateful. I'm happy that happened. But I don't think we're being purposeful about it. And, I don't think we're being purposeful. And I will tell you what, and I don't even know if you got to be a believer in God to get value in saying thank you, God, or thank you, Lord, or thank you for all the good things. And verbally doing it, I think it makes it even more powerful, Like, again, you sneeze. Some people, you could be bummed that you sneezed and it made a noise or disturbed somebody or whatever. Or you could go, wow, that felt good. Feel so much better. Thank you, Lord, for that. Yeah. Oh, you're welcome. Have you followed my page, Abby? I'd recommend following my page. I hear my voice makes people relaxed. And Life After 60 says, they hope each day I did something that made a difference in someone's life. That's how you show gratitude. Huh. Can I slightly disagree with you, Life After 60, or at least tell you my perspective on that? I am probably gonna. I don't think gratitude for me, is something you show. Yeah, you can say thanks to somebody for the dinner they made or whatever, the gift they gave. But I mean, that's not the type of gratitude I'm talking about. What I'm talking about is the gratitude from within, in your heart, for things that are happening around you and the blessings we have. I'm not talking about saying, hey, thanks, Mom, for cooking dinner or whatever. You know, that's nice. That's nice. But I'd say that's just being polite. And polite is not what I'm talking about. Polite is not what I'm talking about, because politeness doesn't give you, it's good, it makes you feel proud of who you are because you're a polite guest at somebody's house or whatever. But politeness is different than what I'm talking about. I mean gratitude for the blessings we have around us every day. Gratitude for the sunrise, and gratitude for the snow or the cool air or the changing leaves or the smile on a baby's face or the sneeze or the stretch or the crack of a back or that first sip of coffee. That's what I'm talking about when I mean gratitude. It's not, for me, and you do you. If you know, I hope you're feeling good. You sound like you got a great, you got a full head of hair. You got a full head of hair, so you got that going. But yeah, that's just kind of what I'm thinking. If you're stressed out and struggling with anxiety and worry and fear, you start thinking about some things you're grateful for, and you'll find yourself in a better place. I'm grateful that my car has a seat. Thank you, Lord, for the heat in my car today. I say it joking, but I kind of mean it. I kind of mean it. You know, what do they say? If you only know one prayer, and it's thank you, like that's enough. That's enough. Good morning, Rockin' Robin. How are you today? How are you today, Rockin' Robin? How are you today, Rockin' Robin? I too am alive and grateful, Rockin' Robin, and I appreciate you hopping on. Beautiful, thank you so much for sending me the lightning bolts. Oh, beautiful, you're sweet. And a fest burst. That's very kind of you. I talk a lot about walking in gratitude despite your circumstances, and I've gotten pretty good at it. Do I play golf, Richard? I used to. It's never real good. I could break not 80. I never broke 80. I shot an 81 once. I used to break 90 pretty consistently, and now I golf maybe once a year, and I am horrible. Yeah. Did I go to Duquesne University? No, I didn't, but I love the shirt. The assistant coaches of Duquesne University basketball team follow me over on Instagram and invited me to a game. They traveled to Chicago and played the DePaul University Blue Demons and invited me out and gave me a couple shirts. So that's why I'm wearing this. I like wearing it. I went to the University of Illinois, and everyone's heard of University of Illinois. And if I wore an Illinois basketball shirt around, most people would think, oh, I'm just a fan of the team. but you wear like a Duquesne basketball shirt, they think you probably played for them. And I'm not good at basketball. I am not good at basketball. Yeah. Yeah. Hey, guess who's back? Guess who's back? Yeah. Thank you, Chip. Thank you, Chip. Yeah. Good morning, Tanya. How are you? I hope you have a wonderful day as well. Hey, Tyler, thank you so much for sending me the donut. Is that a donut? You know, it's Wednesday here at Dunkin Donuts. And on the app, if you have the app, they give a free donut on Wednesdays. And I was talking to the woman. I go, oh, it's free donut Wednesday. You know, I like free things. I'm frugal. But then I realized I didn't even want a donut. I didn't even want a donut. And the women in the donut shop kind of agreed with me. I go, you know, doesn't fill me up. It's not healthy at all. It's just sugar and fat. It's empty calories. And I feel kind of yucky after eating it. Oh, they all taste pretty good, Tyler. Tyler said their maple frosted donut is pretty good. Oh, yeah, they all taste good. They sure taste good. But they don't, like, fill you up. They don't fill you up at all. And for me, they just kind of, I think I've always had, like, volatile blood sugar levels. And if I eat a donut, it kind of sends my blood sugar into a spin. Makes me feel kind of yucky. Makes me feel kind of yucky. So, I made the smart decision this morning. And believe me, it's against most things. But maybe this has something to do with my unhealthy thoughts on money. I'm going to talk about that briefly. I like free things. I like good deals. The little ladies pouring alcohol in the liquor section to have you taste it. I used to love that. Oh, sure, I'll have a shot of this, a shot of that. And then you're drinking alcohol, and it's free, so you think it's a good deal, but it's really just kind of poison for you. And the same goes true with these donuts. Yeah, it would taste good, but I think I would feel kind of yucky after eating it, and it wouldn't fill me up. And it would have no nutritional value. So although the price may be $0, is it really free? Star says they like how I allow myself to change. The old vids of me getting a dozen donuts. Yeah, well, Star, I aspire to change. I'm not saying I'm never going to order another donut. But I am saying this morning, I said no to the donut, even though it was free. When I was buying those dozen donuts, I was living with my ex-wife and her kids and thought bringing back a dozen donuts from the grocery store, I felt like Santa Claus. So there were other reasons for that. It wasn't just to satiate myself or my desire for donuts. It felt good bringing back a dozen donuts to the house. Oh. Life after 60 used to work for Joel. Those people who do samples in the grocery make decent money, and it's fun. That's interesting. I could do that. I bet I'd be great at that. I'd be great at that. Wonder if I'd enjoy it. It'd be hard for me to stand still for a long time. I appreciate that. Well, sorry, don't go away. Don't take it away. I'm just being honest and saying, I'm not sure that my relationship with all things donut is come to an end yet. But today, I'm going to take it one day at a time. What if I did that for donuts? But it's not just donuts. What gets me is the trail mix. You know, with the little M&Ms in it and the nuts and the raisins. And how many calories it has. Because you'll get a bag, and I get them at Aldi, and it'll have 25 servings in it. And if I want to be a tremendous glutton, I can eat a whole bag. And it's gross to say, but it's hard to stop. It's hard to stop, you know. Every bite tastes so good. So I'll have to cover up the bag and put it away. And, but there's been times I've eaten a whole bag of that, and that's like 3,500 calories. That's more than a day's caloric needs. And it sits in your tummy like a brick. So it's not just donuts. It's crap. And for me, 3+ years ago, I determined alcohol was crap for me. And because I could see the damaging effect on me, I stopped drinking. And the damaging effect of unhealthy food isn't quite as obvious. So we go and we get that donut, or we eat the bowl of ice cream, or the second bowl of ice cream, or I gouge on a whole bag of trail mix. Because I go, well, this won't make me hungover. You know, I need the calories. There's nuts in it. It's got to have protein. Maybe it's good for me. Then you trick yourself into believing it's good for you. But not today. Not today. Today, I said no to the donut. So here's to me and saying no to the donut. Maybe the people watching today, if any of you out there are struggling with addiction of sugar, maybe the theme of today's show can be saying no to the donut. Is there anybody out there that struggles with their own addiction to sugar? And you don't have to say, but if you did, it'd be interesting. Are you like me? If you have an M&M, you're going to eat the whole bag? Or you have a donut, you're going to want to finish the whole dozen? Or once you get started, it's hard to stop, really, with anything. I realized it with alcohol, but it's also true with sugar. And, yeah. All right. Chicago Girl says that's you. Will Bill Chill says he tries to not keep it around. Food in general is Tyler's weakness. Sacrifice today's desires for tomorrow's gain. Beautiful says she took sugar out of her diet. And TH says her addicted to women. I felt all those feelings. Well, you guys could join me. You don't have to. You guys do you. But today, this day, I'm going to say no to the donut. And to any sort of food that I would describe as crappy and like totally worthless nutritionally. Not even totally, not mostly worthless nutritionally. I mean, we need to eat. I'm not saying we should starve ourselves. But we can say no to the donut. I'm saying going forward, Will Bilcho. And I think you would have to be the judge of whatever counts. You would have to be the judge of whatever counts. For you. Yeah. Shipley. Okay, you're starting now. Way to go, Will Bill. Way to go, Will Bill. We got 103 people watching. It's 6:20 in the morning. I wonder if any of those 103 people have... Way to go, Obi-Watchy. Obi-Watchy, I wonder if I'm pronouncing your name right. He said he just said no to the donut about 5 minutes ago, and it was the hardest decision of the day. But just think, if you've already made the hardest decision of your day, think how easy the rest of your day is going to be. Think how easy the rest of your day is going to be. Yeah. So it's Wednesday morning. It is 6:21 a.m. And good morning, TD. I was just thinking about signing off today. I bet you TD has a healthy diet. I bet she doesn't eat a lot of donuts. She probably doesn't. We were just talking, TD, about saying no to the donut. I had an opportunity to score a free donut at the Dunkin Donuts a minute ago because it's Wednesday. And with your app, you get a free donut on Wednesday during the holidays. And me and the woman that sells me the donuts every day, decided that my day, perhaps our day, would be better without the donuts. Yeah. Sandra Lynn, she's my soul sister with donuts. She never filmed a video of herself buying a dozen donuts. But since I've done it a couple times, I think if you look closely in the background, there's Sandra Lynn behind me at Mariano's waiting to get in and buy her own donuts. Yeah, they're good. They are good. Somebody says donuts are the circle of blessings. Well, no doubt about it. They taste good. They taste good. Rockin' Robin says hard to say no to the coffee. I'm not sure there's any reason to say no to the coffee, Rockin' Robin. Yeah. You know, I'm not sure that caffeine's unhealthy for us really in any way. Yeah. Well, I got that, Rockin' Robin. It's okay to treat yourself once in a while, and that kind of makes sense. They said if I'm eating a donut, it's going to be from a fabulous bakery, not Dunkin' Donuts. And that kind of makes sense, and that's almost a self-regulating way to look at it, because there's a Dunkin' Donuts on every corner almost. And if you are only going to eat a donut from a fabulous bakery, it's kind of a treat. Yeah. Yeah. Wow, you guys feel stronger about donuts than you do about sobriety or mental health. Should make this show and call it Donuts with Ken. I probably get a huger audience. Thank you for sending me the rose, TD. Get a huger audience. But it's 6:24 a.m. I don't know how much I have to talk about today. That's nice of you, Rockin' Robin. You bake a ton. I wouldn't have expected you to be a baker, Rockin' Robin. I don't know you that well. I mean, I don't know you at all. I believe you're a man. That's how little I know you. I believe you're a man. Tyler says coffee with Ken has a nice ring to it. It sure does. There are... Will Chill. Again, I like to say I have the most intelligent... audience on social media, and Bill Chill says there's 9,731 Dunkin Donuts in the United States. So that's about 200 a state. And since I live in the third biggest city in Illinois, we got to have more than our share. But I'll bet you we have 10. So it's not too hard for me to find a Dunkin Donuts at any time. You know, well, no, not where I'm going now, it won't be. 9,000 are in Massachusetts. That's funny. But rates down, donuts up. Yeah. Wow, there's people hopping on. Jared, where have you been? I've missed you the last couple days. Jem followed the live creator. Thank you so much for following the live creator. Tyler's sending me donuts. I thought we were saying no to the donuts today. There's 11 Dunkin' Donuts in Naperville. How many did I say? Sandra Lynn thinks I should try the grilled cheese from Starbucks. Grilled cheese is really good. Doing good. Are you feeling better, Jared? Are you feeling better? You were under the weather for a few days. Welcome back. School buses heading off to pick up kids the last few days before Christmas break. Got my daughter coming home, I think, today. My oldest daughter's coming home today. And so excited to see her. Again, it's hard organizing my kids, since I have 4 beautiful kids from 2 ex-wives and holidays, and my sister's kids, and I'd love to get them all together in the next week, because, again, as I talked about yesterday, hanging out with your cousins is so fun. And I know my sister's kids are in town for Christmas, and I'd love to get my kids out there and hanging out with their cousins for a bit of time. Yeah. So let's have a little more coffee. Well, we got 109 people watching. That always feels good. It does sound like a Walton's family Christmas, doesn't it? Life After 60. Good night, John Boy. That's the only name I remember from the Waltons. That is the only name I remember from the Waltons. John Boy. How many of us are old enough to remember the Waltons? I think they went around and said goodnight to each other while they were all in bed. Mary Ellen, that's right, Mary Ellen. I think the father, the guy that played the dad in the Waltons, passed recently. I believe he was also in the movie Cliffhanger. Didn't go well for him in Cliffhanger either. Pa and Ma. Yeah, Jared, I do think they were Pa and Ma. What, John Boy was the last name called out? Ricky T, where have you been? We're wrapping up the show. We are wrapping up the show. 8 is enough. Boy, we're really touching the 70s with that. Picturing the people from it. I can't remember any of their names, but I can picture all the kids. I don't know if I can picture all the kids, but I maybe can. What was it? Dick Van Patten, I think, was the dad. He was a bald man that didn't shave his head. Maybe that's how I'd look. I'd look like Dick Van Patten. The funny thing is, in that show, Dick Van Patten was probably like 43. And he's permanently etched in my mind as this old fatherly figure. I had a pretty good looking wife in that show, I think. Dukes of Hazzard. Yeah. Good Times was set in Cabrini Green. You're right about that. Wilford Brinkley was 49 in Cocoon. Wow. That hurts. That hurts. That hurts a whole bunch. Hey, Elizabeth, thank you so much for liking the live. Jefferson's was good. I mean, all of them were pretty good. Mr. Bentley, the neighbor, the British guy. Who's the singer? Who's the singer? Real popular singer. I'm gonna go my way. That was a horrible imitation, Brindley. But his mother was the Jeffersons' neighbor. Sanford and Son. I don't know if I ever loved Sanford and Son. Lenny Kravitz. Thank you for getting that. Lenny Kravitz. Did you get did you get it? Are you gonna go my way? Or did you know it because it was the mother, the kid of the Jeffersons' neighbor? Yeah. Love boat, exciting and new. Come aboard, we're expecting you. The love boat. We'll be making another run. The love boat promises something for everyone. We'll set a course for adventure. Designs on a new romance. Yep. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Saturday nights will never be the same. The Love Boat at 8. Fantasy Island at 9. Friday nights was The Incredible Hulk. That's me doing a Bill Bixby imitation when he was getting angry. You wouldn't like me when I'm angry. Yeah. But, I've watched it a couple times. Oh, you do not want to get Ken angry. You do not want to get Ken angry. You wouldn't like me when I'm angry. But anyway, it is Wednesday morning. And I've had a fun show, and my coffee is just about finished. We just passed 10,000 likes, and I'll tell you what, I am grateful for each and every one of them. We got 100 people watching right now, and I appreciate you. I ask if anybody new is out there, please follow my page. I go live every morning, and I have a lot of fun doing it. Talk about life and things that are going on, and appreciate you guys hopping on today and following along in my journey. I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful day. I hope you are feeling good. I hope you are loving yourself. I hope you are forgiving yourself. And as always, I hope to talk to you soon. Bye-bye.